Okay, so um after a few hours of you just chilling on top of the hill, ahead of you the mist parts just enough to reveal a cottage. A cottage on legs.
Of course it is. Stilt legs? Human
No,
legs? Bear legs?
actual,
Giant's legs. Okay.
literal
Gotcha.
legs.
There's
Um,
some. Hey, at least there's a ladder
um,
to get to the door.
think Attack on Titan, but you don't see the upper half of them.
I don't know this reference. Thankfully, by the sounds of it. Yeah. Clearly, they know the reference.
Well, because like this is not a small house, and then it's on top of legs. It's
Yeah,
not
well,
tiny human legs. It's Um,
giant robot legs.
either way, it is a ramshackle inn with peeling red shingles, with patchwork shutters and a crumbling chimney. And it's stalking through the marsh on, like I said, dozens and dozens of giant limbs, each looking like human legs, but then you realized it couldn't be human because the size, comparably to the size of the house.
Are they Fomorians by any chance?
No, they're not Fomorians, for fuck's sake. Focus and don't be mean.
I'm just impressed by the two people fishing.
You want to hear the description or not?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He didn't turn on the microphone.
Because I didn't want to be eating into the microphone. Now I should be louder.
Yeah. It doesn't. The inn is not galloping or bounding. It's jogging deliberately, with purpose, in perfect unison.
That's quite impressive. Do they have a drum beat going on in that basement?
And Telemi Hill beneath you seems to grunt with approval and adjust its pace to match the inn's. Oh yeah, by the way, the water went down in the last like 15 minutes.
Okay, so how long was the water level raised?
3-4 hours.
Oh, okay, so quite a while.
But Sir Talava will point out that there is no rhyme or reason to the length of that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah, I was just wondering if it was like it comes and goes in 15 minutes or it comes and goes in hours. So
No,
it's
yeah.
hours. That's fine.
It can be 15 minutes. It can be weeks. Like there is no rhyme or reason to it.
Is there any kind of overlap?
Either way, Teleme Hill seems to grunt with approval and adjust its pace to match the inn's stride. And the two ancient wanderers, like you guys, like I'm like shush, all of you. Let me finish, because I forget what I wanted to say. I literally forgot what I wanted to say.
Just start from the beginning.
Either way, it seems like they like recognize each other, and Telemi kind of like suddenly shifts sideways and settles up to like beside the inn, matching the speed and positioning its kind of like its broadside like a platform to level with the inn's kind of like um hot like marching forward. um and it will keep pace for about an hour, at which point the inn actually comes to like slows down and comes to a halt, and like kind of like stoops down into the mud to like rest.
Where do the legs go?
Under. They're just crouched.
Right.
Yeah. Um So there's from the door, there's a rope and wood ladder that dangles from the front door, and it kind of sways as it was walking. It was swaying with the building. Um, but as the inn slows down and kind of stops, it settles into the ladder steadies, and then with kind of like a creaking joints and sighing rafters and creaking rope sound, um, it like straightens out and solidifies almost. And at the bottom of the ladder, you have like two like stones appearing, as in like pavers, anchoring the rope into place. Either way, you have a sign dangling from the above the door. It reads the inn at the end of the road, and around, like along its borders, is an Ouroboros, a serpent swallowing its own tail. It's barely noticeable until you like actually properly look at the sign.
Mm-hmm.
And so Talavar will say that the inn tends to, oh my god, this music is too fucking loud. That the inn tends to wander the swamp and then take a break every hour for 10 minutes to take on passengers, basically. So you basically have 10 minutes to get inside before it will continue.
Sure. How high is the rope going up?
10 feet. 15 feet.
15 feet.
10, 15 feet, yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
What is the talent? It's a good question. How are we getting our horses?
Nobody was thinking about that for the 3 hours we were sitting there.
No.
No, usually people going to the wandering inn and don't take steeds with them.
Hmm. Right, it's only going to be sitting still for 10 minutes. The horses are eventually not going to be able to keep up.
This thing moves faster than your horses.
Mm-hmm. Especially in swampy water. How big are the doors? Presumably for a
Giant size.
multi-dimensional, it's big enough to get
Yeah.
a horse through. Fine. And you say the telomeres alongside it right now?
Yeah. Chelsea will come over to you and look at you and look at your horses and go, oh.
Unique problem.
And then she will kind of like pat the ground and go like, telling me the horses need to get to the door. And then the Telemy Hill will get up and turn so the highest part of the hill basically aligns with the door.
Yay.
And then settle back down.
Ilana will
You feel a slight rumble going through the hill that is oddly reminiscent of a purr.
It's a giant cat. Jump on the horse, realizing we've got about 4 miles to run in 10 minutes because the entire mountain just turned. Obviously, I'm kidding. Yeah, and mount up the horse and
bye, good luck. Yeah, she will hug you back. Have a good trip. So,
Yeah, head for the door, obviously.
Okay. So Phandelver will flit ahead
Uh-huh.
and basically make sure to open the door. Let me switch over.
We're going to get banned from this place too, riding in on horses.
See.
What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, they're going to be like, wow, these are strange beings. They. Mm-hmm.
Maybe when it loads finally.
Yeah.
There we go. So, oh wait, why didn't it do the freaking walls? Give me a second.
Why didn't it do the walls?
Oh, I did the walls. Oh, because it disabled the token vision?
Possibly.
Configure.
I can't decide if
Land chart.
dinner is on the table or at the table.
So, the front door gets opened, and even before you step through, you get like hear faint laughter and music spilling out. And you have the scent of wood smoke and cider and roasting root vegetables that hits you. Once you get inside. When you step inside, you are greeted by a warmly lit common room that smells of the aforementioned wood smoke and spice and aged oak. The floorboards are scuffed from long years of footsteps, but polished to like a warm sheen. They're lovingly maintained. The light through the windows, you can't see outside, by the way. It's just like milky, it's diffuse light coming through the windows. And there's an oversized stone hearth that crackles with a cheerfully dancing fire. And there's a gargoyle on top of the fireplace.
Does it move?
Yeah, it is very much alive.
Okay.
And on one side of the room, there's a raised wooden stage that holds a harp, and that is currently being sat on by a land shark, which is a shark with legs.
Uh-huh.
It seems to be napping, like a cat would lie on top of something and nap. Mm-hmm. And there are tables in various sizes to accommodate the various creatures that you are already noticing in this establishment. But as you come in, nobody's batting an eye on the bunch of you, along with the horses. And a gnomish woman in what looks like, you would first think it's like a blue sequin dress until you realize when you look closer, especially you, Alana, because you pay attention to that. It looks like serpent scale or dragon scale, but very fine, soft, and it's almost like glittering like stars.
Mm-hmm.
You can see 3 of them flitting around the establishment, but one of them will like, oh dearie, oh, let me take care of the animals, and she will like collect the reins and take them upstairs.
Okay.
Up the stairs.
Thank you kindly. Sorry, your name is?
Varessa.
Great. Alana is going to memorize that face so that she can just tell the difference between her and the others.
Cool. I mean, you can roll me an insight check. Um, she is. She doesn't seem surprised. Like basically, she acted like, "Oh yeah, horses come through this door all the freaking time." Um, although it looks a bit weird that she was taking them up the stairs, literally like a flight of stairs upstairs. Um, but yeah, that's basically the vibe check you get. Um, and the other thing that also happens once the door is closed is that the bartender, the barkeep behind the bar, who is this seems to be human of middle years, tall and rotund, and goes, "Ho ho 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 ho! Welcome, friends. Come in and be at ease." Ho 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 ho! He's like a Santa Claus with a beard, white beard. But yeah, basically the rest of the patrons like give you a glancing look and then go back to like talking, eating, whatever the heck you're doing.
Is there a free table?
No, all the tables are generally shared. Chris is like, okay.
Gotcha, standing awkwardly in the middle.
Oh, there's seats. There are, yeah. Yes.
I'll let Andy lead the way. Oh, Alagos is standing on the table. Sorry. Didn't mean to stand on the table.
Yeah, just pretend you're not on top
Oh,
of people because those are not individual tokens. I just placed them in as pictures, but like, you know.
Sorry for walking over your face.
Chris, shush.
Gotta have some comic relief.
There you go.
Yeah, of course you will. I'm sorry, but
A dog will actually sidle up to the fire elemental and be like, "Oh, yeah, buddy," and the fire elemental will reply in a language that is not something you understand, but sounds like crackling fire, and basically,
are you even sure he replies?
it's do you speak
No.
primordial fire?
Do you speak Ignan?
Ignan, yeah. Do you speak Ignan?
You do. Common, halfling, and elvish. Right, gotcha. Yeah. Knowing Alagos's personality traits, he is 100% beelining it in the opposite direction so that he can introduce himself to anyone who seems friendly enough that he doesn't know or recognize the species of. And he's basically going to walk around going, "Hi, I'm Alagos. I'm an elf."
But yeah, just a second before we all tumble all over the place, overwhelming the GM.
Yeah.
Lion, you do speak primordial, but that's not the same as Ignan. Yeah. So, yeah, primordial is like a general, yeah, like an elemental common, but you have like Ignan, Akran, and so on. Like yeah. Either way, you don't understand what the elemental says, but they're like, go over to the corner and they seem to be catching up like good old friends.
You could always ask Doc to translate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also one of the first things that happens once you get comfortable at the bar is that you feel the moment you step through the door, you feel the effect of your mood lightens, you feel at ease. Any immediate aches seem to hurt less.
Mhm.
You just feel welcome and safe. You know, like
It's a bit like getting home from a long journey to a faraway place.
yeah, and none of the scary looking monsters around you elicit any
threatening.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, this is normal.
Yeah. I want to point out that like you could literally have a mini Cthulhu sitting here and you would be like, yeah, cool, finger guns, no problem.
Because you get the impression he'd be here just to have a fun time. He's not here to end the world.
Everyone seems to be chill and at ease. Some of them look mean, but you know.
Yeah, but appearances can be deceiving.
Yeah.
So.
And the other thing that will also happen is that Mitchifer will be like, welcome. He kind of like, from the demeanor immediately, almost like welcomes you like you're good old friends. Like you have seen each other.
Mhm.
Basically, that it only emphasizes this like coming home effect, right?
Mhm.
And also music plays. There's no currently active music, but it's just like in the air. It looks like the instruments are playing by themselves. But yeah, he will welcome you. He will introduce himself as Mitchifer, and he will also kind of give you the house rules because you're the first time here. Well, let me just turn down the freaking music. I made it too loud for my own good. I always make the mistake, like when it's set up for the first time, it's like, oh, this is super quiet, I can't hear it. And I keep forgetting that I actually turn up my computer sounds in the meantime when I start the session. And it's like everything is too freaking loud. Either way, he will tell you the house rules. No fighting or spell casting on others in the common room. No theft or abuse of the inn's hospitality. And he will warn you with a wink, mind you, that those who violate the peace here tend to disappear faster than a pricked soap bubble. And are whisked off to someplace far less pleasant.
Just to clarify, no spellcasting on others without consent, presumably.
Yes.
Fine.
In the common room.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, it's like basically anyone who violating that rule is whisked off to someplace far less pleasant, considering you already know that this is connected to every place of existence ever.
Mm-hmm.
You probably don't want to toy with that. To be fair, you also don't feel particularly like it. But
yeah,
I want to say nothing here imposes its will on you. Like you, if you really wanted to, you could.
It just feels like somewhere that you want to be peaceful.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's not like oppressively changing your mood. Like, you know, you're still your own person.
Yeah.
Let me just double check who has passive perception. Like, Alana, what's your passive perception?
Good question. Pattern, yeah, 21.
Yeah, okay. Anyone else who's like higher than 20? 20 or higher? Better.
Matt can just about make out the inn. That always used to be a joke in the previous campaign, didn't it, Matt? With one of the players having a passive perception of 10.
I'm sending you something interesting
of, like,
about him.
Plus. You're sending me something interesting about who, sorry?
Mitchifer.
About Mitchifer, okay. Super.
And there. But all in all, OC, just imagine the stereotypical Santa Claus. That's how he talks. He also even does the ho 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 quite often. I'm just not doing it because it's like really like tiring on my vocal cords. No, like he's doing it like the Coca-Cola Santa Claus. Like the Coca-Cola, like stereotypical Santa Claus, like that.
So at this point, just reminding you that Alagos has run off to introduce himself.
Yeah.
To as many other people as possible so you can document them.
Cool.
Particularly races he doesn't recognize.
Do me a performance and a persuasion check for him.
Performance and persuasion.
And then average them.
Average them? Didn't realize he was performing.
Well, I mean, yes, as a noble, he has an, etiquette.
Oof. 27, so rounding down or up?
Rounding up.
14.
Cool. So there are grumpier individuals, of course.
For whom he will apologize and move on.
And also there is a inherent disconnect of he's not understanding what their cultures might be, which are completely foreign to him. Nobody's overtly hostile, but some of them will just be, I want to be left alone. I will work out later which ones he was successful with.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. The big one, yes, 100%.
100%, yeah. And the slime's only... The slime next to you is telepathic, but only if you're inside it.
That's not slime, that's sand.
That's sand.
Yes. I also want to point out that every single token creature here was selected by Maya.
Very good choices. We'll definitely be talking to the crackling lightning.
Yeah, that's literally like just lightning.
There's a little bubble of lightning over there. Okay.
You will also notice. Yeah, that's that.
Yep, there is. That's where Alana is. She sidled up to him. Because a fellow half-elf. Hi.
You are, but to be fair, you walked in just when he was in the middle of conversing to Michifer. So Michifer will be like, oh, just a second, and then he will turn back. So, and he will turn back to the half-elf, which you catch the name of because Michifer occasionally says the name, is Eldref. No, not Alagos.
He's jealous.
Delete. There. Eldref. Oh, Matt recognized.
Maybe.
And Eldref, and basically Michifer goes back to the conversation, and you kind of get who's actually even listening in.
21 passive perception. I'm standing right next to him.
Okay, so the people who are casually listening into, you pick up his name. It's Eldref, and you kind of get the sense that he's ordering a room for a stay. Kit, roll me a perception check.
Oh.
You're distracted by all the tantalizing food that might be on offer here because you're noticing that all the people here have interesting different drinks and foods and stuff that you have never seen in your entire life. And oh my God, what menu might they have here? And also for the little window, Kit, you're also noticing the chef, which just looks like a giant goblin, but really huge, with a green nose and burning red eyes. Like the eyes look like burning coals.
But otherwise, as for the
And
conversation,
he seems to be preparing food at a speed that is not normal.
I thought you were going to say not human, and I was going
Yeah,
to
not
quip it.
yeah.
But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Ilana, you catch.
Do I need to perception it?
You don't need to perception. You're right next to him.
Mm-hmm.
I will PM you.
Okay.
You will overhear enough to get the context of what the nature of that room is.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Okay. Cool. Anyway,
do I hear the duration that he's ordering it for?
I don't think you ever specified the duration. It's just that the time just doesn't pass within it. The duration, I think, is
okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
If you remember, they don't really have a lack, they have a surplus of space because it doesn't follow normal rules.
Yeah.
So the room, you're not really taking space away from anyone else.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. But you will, of course, catch his specific specifications he's giving Michifer on what he needs. And Michifer's like, oh, not an issue, my friend. And then he basically hands him a key, and Eldroth will, I think, give you a polite smile. I think that.
No,
not even. Yeah.
No. At that point, no. I remember roughly where we were. It would have just been like, I think he might have like lingering glance, just like, oh, there's another half elf here.
Yeah, but
whatever.
Yeah.
Move on. I'm dark and broody, and I've got places to be.
I'm dark and broody. I got those places to be. Okay. And then he goes off to his room, supposedly, presumably. Mm-hmm. So, guys, what do you want to
do? Once
awesome. Fair.
Only if you stop dancing on my countertop.
You will. So Tara will say, like, he deeply recommends that you always go by the chef's recommendation because they seem to know exactly what you need in that moment.
Deal. Does that apply to drinks as well?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And what's the coin of currency here? Just out of curiosity.
Gold, or whatever you deem valuable.
Because different places, different things, presumably.
Different places, different things, and the meal is always in the price range you can afford. And it doesn't matter how big the meal is. You get a meal with a drink, right?
That would be a normal serving size for you, basically. Cool.
Everything about this place is like basically to foster hospitality and make you feel at ease, and
the ultimate homestead.
And Michifa will even like give you with a wink, nudge, that often seems like the World Serpent Inn is waiting for a particular individual group to cross its threshold. And basically, he hints that you are here because you're meant to be here. you wouldn't otherwise be. That's the only way to find the inn.
Yeah.
There is no other way.
Here.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's no. This is why Sir Talavar didn't have to say like weird passphrases or anything. You have found the inn because you needed to find the inn, and because you meant to find it.
Excellent. You must be a source of a huge amount of information for the various folks passing through. We're currently, as I'm sure you've heard many times before, on a quest. And I was wondering if you might have or know of some people who might help us in such an endeavor.
And you will get a very vague, cryptic answer in the sense of stick around long enough and you will get to the place you need to go. AKA, sit back, chill, relax, enjoy the food.
Okay.
Wait it out for now.
Party time.
I also want to point out you will never get a straight answer from the waitresses or him ever, period, full stop.
Not unless you ask a very straight question.
Not even that.
No.
He's very circumvent.
What does this pink drink do?
Huh?
What does this pink drink do?
Basically, he will give you a vague answer of just try and find out.
Uplifts your spirits, of course.
Okay, so. Oh no, he will basically, he already, Kit got her first serving already. Like basically you settled up and a moment after he was done talking to Eldref, he just reached through the opening towards the kitchen and just served Kit. And she got scavenger's pie from the Beastlands. She got cracked bone jerky from the Black Earth Plane and, no, sorry, that was the wrong one. She got the gilded mouse from the Feywild. She got the glitter melon slices from Isgard. And she got Queen Kit's Quick Sip Punch. A custom house special just for Lady Katrina.
Damn.
So basically, Kit, this is what you got. I'm going to send it to you in PM. Please describe this, Matt, when she starts eating. Because there is a sound effect to it. You don't have to make a sound effect, just describe it. Pastry, yeah. Faintly, yeah.
Lovely. Not disturbing at all.
I would also imagine Kit to totally do the bleh with the glitter on the tongue from the glitter melon slices.
Maybe.
Yeah. So when she takes like a bite from the glitter melon slices, I imagine she makes a very surprised face as it like explodes in her mouth with random flavors, and then her tongue. Yeah, and then you see on her tongue like glitter.
Interesting. Is she the only one eating?
I'll leave it to you. So Andy gets this. Because I was prepared because the menu is freaking ridiculously big.
Judging by the place. It's whatever the patron needs when they walk through the door.
In the meantime, Alana comes back, right?
She sidled over to
yeah.
Andy now that Eldrath's gone.
And one of the waitresses, not Varessa, because you can see slight differences in the eyes, like the shade of the eyes, and slight change, like to the voice, it's like slightly different. You can see it's very subtle. Even you have to like properly pay attention. But because of your keen mind, I'm granting you this without a check.
Yippee, feet.
It's not Varessa, sorry. Varessa. Genshin Impact on my mind.
Could be Varessa.
And you get a bigger meal.
So I'll briefly ask her, and sorry, what's your name again?
She is Marissa. You interrupted. And she will serve you the food in front of you and go like, twice the food for twice the wisdom for twice the life. You rest now, scholar. The book will wait. And go.
Thank you. Ginny's giggling. Something about twice the wisdom.
Twice the food for twice the wisdom for twice the life. Here's your food.
Could be, but it's not, but it could be. Don't know what you're talking about. So the first one is lentil and wild rice stew. Do I get what? I get the whole lot?
Yeah, all of it.
Jesus Christ, that's like multiple platters of food. There's Fey milk soft bread with sunfruit compote from the Feywild.
I love how you didn't call it like the full name for lentil and wild rice stew. It's Hearth Mothers.
Yeah,
lentil.
It's Hearth Mothers.
Yeah.
But yeah, never mind. Number 3 is an egg of the dreaming den, which is a single boiled dreaming hen. Yeah, I can't read. A single boiled egg from a hen that only lays them when the stars align. Apparently.
I want to point out, like, all of you, basically, it's like in an inn when they serve you, like in a diner. They give you the food and tell you what you just repeat back to you what you ordered. So you all, I'll just have you all tell each other what you got for food. So Chris is.
And then because I got seconds, thirds, fourths, judging by the amount, I'm be surprised if Alana can eat all this. Archivist's almond and carrot tarts from Arcadia. Soft pastries filled with a spiced carrot mash and almond paste, meant to sustain long study hours. Scribe's steeped moonflower milk, a warm calming tea brewed in starlight. Tempered twilight tonic, non-alcoholic version.
She emphasized that.
Yeah. Normally a bold elixir, but this version is mellowed, fruity with a ginger twist.
Yeah.
That's my food. Next. Ooh.
A dwarven cordial aged in fossil-lined barrels.
That seems fair. That seems fair.
I want to point out, like, no matter, like, you got a portion for that suits you. Like, Ilana is like, it might have looked
looked like a lot, but when she's eaten it,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like, oh yeah, no,
yeah,
I'm
that
not
perfect.
too full. I'm not too hungry.
This was
I'm
just perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you're all happy.
Mm. Hey, I got scribe stuff and librarian stuff and study hours and all that kind of stuff. So I
But
guess
also,
I'm
like,
studying while I'm here.
literally, the Herf Brothers lentil and wild rice stew is just like a gentle and iron-rich blend of root vegetables and wild rice and lentils and oat milk broth. Simmered with lavender and thyme to soothe stress.
There's enough of that going around. What does Alagos get? Just out of curiosity, even though he's not here, he's doing meet and greets.
Yeah, let me get actually something for him.
Yeah. Cigar, perhaps, not cigarette. Um.
Mind you, he's nowhere close, so he will tell you all about it afterwards. But
I
that's
assume
what
they
he gets.
serve it to him wherever he is, and he's sitting at a table, integrating and having a conversation.
For everyone's, just so he got astral carp with starfruit glaze from the astral plane, which is a translucent fish that glimmers like constellations. I think Ori would have loved that. Rune scribed ice crystals from Isgard, which are tiny frozen runes and melt in the mouth, granting minor bursts of inspiration. That's a dessert. And he got infused ethereal chai from the plane of Shadowblend.
Ah.
A calming drink that grants resistance to psychic damage. Perfect for a man who's seen too much and needs to focus.
Sounds like he's struggling a little.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah. Ooh. Matt, did you say something? Yeah. Give me a second. You get prestidigitation as the cantrip because you got a cantrip, right?
Panic.
Here, you will love this. Please describe this to everyone. Where is Matt? There's Matt. I would say on the table behind you, like here. No. You have to channel the proper Farina here. Lady Kid Fizzlesome, Empress of Evasion, Duchess of Distractions, ruler of everything you dropped when you blinked.
That's pretty cool.
And then occasionally she goes, boring!
If the conversation gets too dull.
Yeah. And you have a few people like close by who go like, yeah, and clap. And you get woo from the back of the room. Yeah. There you go. Worth it. Not in perpetuity, yeah. The next long rest. Yeah, eventually you will get like 20 if you eat it before you go on long rest, yeah.
Mm. Do I know what these are?
What? Huh?
Something wrapped in cloth with ancient runes?
Lena? You have no idea.
Not something I'm familiar with.
It's not Netherese.
And not Draconic, presumably, either, but we both speak Draconic, so...
No.
No, never come across that before. Could we ask Mitch of her? Obviously, they're the ones who serve it.
He will just say it's from the Black Earth plane of existence.
Is this something that gets served to every customer, presumably?
If it fits.
If it fits, it sits.
Also, who wants to roll an insight check for Lana being pregnant? Is that? Yeah, okay.
And then that one.
But that's just so, like, a dude, like, you know.
But.
It fits Narcillian, come on.
Does this start an argument where Andy is absolutely convinced, and Arcelian is absolutely
But
convinced.
no, I
she's
don't
not.
know, like.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, your inside check is that you pick up that the food was something you would have served probably a pregnant woman, and the way Marissa has like noted and commented. Um, I mean, they seem to have an uncanny insight into people here. It's almost like the waitress knows something you don't. There are symptoms, but like you don't see like. I mean, there's no insight, as in like Elana's not vibrating an unconscious sign of like I am pregnant. I am pregnant. I'm just saying, in the instant check was more like the food that she's been served and how she has been served it, right? So it's not like she's pregnant. It's just this is sus. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Elana seems to be perfectly happy with her food and perfectly oblivious. Yeah, let it go, let it go. So, Marcillian. Okay, so like who is doing what? Let's go like that.
Um,
Yeah. The intention here, I know that the inn is very interesting, but one of the in like immediate barriers to entry on cozying up to everyone is the language barrier.
mm-hmm. Michifer speaks her language, however, so Ilana is going to have a quick conversation with him about a couple of points.
Yeah, I mean, Michifa also speaks apparently every language because
Well, exactly.
as the various patrons talk to
welcoming
him, he
everything
switches
Yeah.
like seamlessly to all of them,
Mhm.
including talking in fire. Yeah.
Well, I thought you were going to ask everyone what they were doing and
Yeah,
then
I
do
mean, I'm waiting.
individuals.
So like, what is everyone doing? So Andy's doing sketches. And in fact, you will have a new friend. Flip a coin.
Flip a coin. Depends on which friend. It's the fish on the table.
Yay. You will have this little friend sidling up to you and going you don't understand a single fucking word, but it's chatting at you the whole time. Yeah, it's super vibe based. Yeah, you're just talking in vibes at each other, and it seems to be very enthusiastic. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's like nodding along when you're talking. You have no idea if it actually understands you or not. It seems to, who knows. Yeah. Kit, what you doing? Oh, sorry. No, like you get a string of sounds that are probably a name. Who knows? Maybe she told you how nice of a day it is, or it, or they, or he. You have no idea. There's no visible gender on this thing. It's not wearing clothes either. It looks like a peeled radish.
Yikes.
It's plant in nature. Yeah, it's a plant. Yeah. Oh, you're not there. You're already gone.
Mm-hmm.
You're here. You're here. Yeah. Uh. So yeah, Kit, what are you doing? Cool.
I'm not even sure you probably can hear.
Not really. No. There might be some beverages that give you like weird effects.
Mm.
But Michifa seems to just be really happy letting you try all kinds of things. AKA, you're getting a range of tastes to try
Mm-hmm.
and ideas together for your distillery. Because some of these drinks have like very specific methods of creating them, which will be very difficult to do once you get home. So, but you're gathering ideas. Lion. Sorry, you want to?
Not sure we're in the Feywild.
You're not.
We're in a pocket inside a pocket.
No, he will say you're in the World Serpent Inn.
Mm-hmm.
You're here
Which
among
is
friends, enjoying your time.
Which is its own place. Mm-hmm.
He will never tell you where specifically.
That's okay. Don't need to know where. Just need to know how.
You will eventually meet the third waitress as well.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if you don't pay close attention, if they pass by really quickly, it's really difficult to tell which one.
Ilana's spending enough time as she needs to identify all three individually.
It starts to blur together.
But next is Lion.
Next is Lion. Yeah, Lion. You don't speak Celestial. Do you speak Draconic? Nope. Do you speak? Oh yeah, what? Avian? Yeah. So basically, any of those people that you're at the table, they're like giving you polite nods. That's a dwarf. That's a dwarf. He speaks Dwarven. No.
Yep.
Nobody seems like overtly unfriendly. You know,
It's just like, oh, you don't speak
you
language.
actually get like genuine, like, you know, you get a feeling like, oh, if you would have spoken the language, they might have actually struck up a conversation with you. Nobody seems weirded out by your scars or even giving your scars a second glance. You just seem to be like, oh, hey, somebody like even like raises a drink to you, and like, you know, you clean glasses despite not, you know how sometimes did you ever have the experience of going to a club where like you can't really hear anyone, but everyone is like smiling and nodding and cheersing and stuff as you like walk past them, like basically like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you even get get a few back pats. Like, even this guy is like, he speaks human language, but not a human language. It's like Sword Coast.
Different prime material plane, potentially.
No, Forgotten Realms, but a different human
Okay.
language, yeah.
Karater or Kalimshan or whatever.
You have so many human variations.
Is what where?
Yes. No, you can't. You speak Druidic and Sylvan. Oh, speak to plant. Oh, you can totally talk to it. Yeah.
So
you have a very pleasant conversation. Alagos tried to talk to the electricity person and just got crackle, zzz. You know how the power lines sound when we walk underneath them?
So disappointing. I do love that sound,
yeah,
though,
yeah.
personally, yeah.
Yeah, just basically that low bass hum
mm-hmm.
where you get like, maybe I shouldn't be touching it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I also want to point out, Lion, as you talk to it, this thing also sidles up to you. And it basically very similar to how Andy has like a friend that she doesn't understand. That thing also like seems to participate in the conversation and nod along, and the plant figure seems to be communicating with it just well. You have no idea. You have like weird clicking sounds occasionally, like clicks the head to the side, you know, like the little tree spirits from Princess Mononoke, the little tree spirits. Yeah, that. Like, it sounds like, yeah, basically, yes. So they do the little clicky, you know, sounds. It and like tilts its head sideways. And you're not quite sure. It kind of looks like a doll that's like hollow in the. You have the impression it's like hollow on the inside. Yeah. Yeah. But also, FYI, I did design this in a way so I don't have to NPC people. This was supposed to be.
That's so bad because you haven't asked me what I'm doing yet.
What you were doing?
I'm asking Mitch for 2 questions.
Oh God.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I understand Sir Talavar managed to purchase a key.
So Talavar already excused himself and went upstairs.
I know, but I'm asking Mitchifer.
Yeah.
I understand he purchased a key that allows him to return home to the summer court through here, presumably. That means you sell keys and thus a way of returning here when they
people
need to
go where they need to go.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering if you would sell a key to Faerun, for example.
When you need to return home,
mm-hmm.
I'm sure a key can be found.
Excellent.
But I do believe that you need a room for the night.
A room for some time, yes.
Or we'll be journeying for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You want to rest. You are tired. And you have to take care of both of you. And points at you and your tummy.
Insight check.
Yeah. The doors in his eyes slightly open wider.
Uh-huh.
Everyone is like, what? Wait, what?
Yep. It's a river in Egypt.
Yeah.
She's going to... Her insight check is he referring to her and Alagos, or is he referring to her and something else?
Roll me an intelligence check on top of that. Because it wasn't quite high enough. Okay. But it was high enough to allow you, like... to
a
logic.
50-50. My intelligence isn't failing me today, but it's still not quite enough.
He doesn't
probably.
refer to Alagos.
Okay. That'll give us something else to think about.
I
quite possibly have a parasitic twin.
I thought very long and hard, but considering how the inn is described, they would know immediately.
Yeah, that's fair. Now all the players know immediately.
Yeah.
We've known for a while.
Oh yeah, Elana is preggers, by the way.
Yeah. That is confirmed. For real.
On the first wedding night, we rolled it. It was a very super impossible roll.
You've got to take into account that both of us, I reminded Shinny of one simple fact. It was a wedding blessed by Seluna on Midsummer's Day.
The day where you want to get preggers, you want to get blessed by Seluna on that day in her temple, basically.
And we were afforded the privilege of being in Seluna's temple. So yeah, basically it was still a roll.
It was still a roll. The DC was still pretty high, and it was like, yep, this just happened.
Rip.
And also, I want to point out, despite them both taking teas to prevent it.
Yeah, which gave almost it. There was advantage for some reason and disadvantage because of the teas, essentially.
Yeah.
But, it does when there's a goddess blessing you, literally. So. So she'll make a note of that, be a little flustered for a moment, and then ask about the room where time doesn't pass. And ask if she's understood that correctly. Is it possible to rent a room where...
Oh, he will basically rattle off. There's all kinds of rooms. You can have an enchantment. Basically, he explains it in a way that you can have a room to fit any kind of need, implying that the rooms are not really rooms, but kind of pocket dimensions on their own.
Themselves,
yeah.
Okay.
So they can be literally anything you might need.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But he kind of indirectly explains it without directly confirming of what Eldrath has purchased.
Yeah, of course. And she would have broached it more as I overheard something about different kinds of rooms being purchasable. So I'm just curious what sort of rooms might be purchasable. And just wondering if it's possible to get a room for the night that would speed up scar recovery.
Yeah, certainly.
Yep. And she will pay for the rooms for everybody. So she's going to get scar recovery for Kit, Lion, Alagos, but not her.
I would say that this would be the highest room cost that is the aristocratic one, 10 gold per person.
Yep. Fine.
Just because you're going for the extra thing.
Yeah.
And you're purchasing one night, and he will toss in a breakfast with that.
Keep in mind, we've also got all the stabling for the horses and stuff.
Oh, the horses will be basically what stables usually be. They basically got their own rooms.
2 gold a night for a horse, basically. Yeah. But wondering if we can purchase some additional feed for the horses as well.
No, they got,
on top of that.
They got beautiful pastures on the beastlands inside rooms.
Oh no, I get that, but we may need more feed once we depart because we're a little low, some of us.
Oh yeah.
If they can provision us.
He will say, Calcifer can certainly arrange
provisions for the horses. Yeah. Happy to just pay 100 gold and say that's everything in.
Sure. Yeah.
Because we're not sure how much.
Because I don't want to sit here and do math, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, me neither. That's fine.
This is not a place where you can easily math things out.
No, exactly. So she'll just slide 10 platinums onto the counter.
So do you want to have a room with Alagos and then everyone has their own room, I assume?
Yeah, a room for everyone.
Yeah. I will leave it to the players what the perfect bedroom for you would be.
Mm-hmm.
this is what you get for the night. Perfectly made, like the dream made true. If you could design it from your wildest dreams, what your perfect bedroom would be with the perfect mattress, the perfect sheets, everything, this is what you get for the night. Yeah.
It surprised me. Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So she'll make sure that that's covered for everybody, and then.
But yeah, this was we're already 6:30 anyway. But
my
like
last thing,
yeah,
I'm gonna ritual cast comprehend languages, and then listen into everyone's conversations.
Okay. Cool. I'll get back to you on that. I fucking hate you, but I'll get back to you on that.
I thought you might.
Yeah. Chris already paid for everything.
Yeah, but how much food can we get for the horses?
As much as you can carry on them.
Yeah. Okay. That's
chunky. No, I mean, no. You have saddlebags. It's like, there's a it's not
there's a reason there's a limit. Yeah. Horses, Mistra, because Mistra was low.
So basically, your saddlebags got replenished.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put mine back up to 10 days.
Yeah. Yeah, which is just sink into and molds. And it molds your body, and it's super cozy and warm, but you still get enough air in it. Just the right amount of pressure, right amount of temperature, right amount of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, yeah. No, it doesn't.
Yes. I will post you what mine looks like.
It doesn't have to look like a room. That's the thing. It's a pocket dimension. It can look like anything. And dog will join you, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to point out the dog in the room is his original huge size. So he kind of curls around you. You got big floofy dog.
Sounds good.
But otherwise, this was...
Well, he told you.
He told you.
Giant cat tower with a cardboard box on top. I don't think it's in a room. He's just in the corner of the inn.
No, it's actually the attic. Kid's room is in the attic. Where, this, yeah.
Can peek out the attic window, so he's got sight of, but just milkiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I posted Alana's bedroom picture.
Yeah.
Ah, well. Yeah.
The scars you want to keep stay. Otherwise, all the scars that you don't want are gone.
Yep.
And I would say, on a level where not even the character might be aware of it. AKA, you as a player know what the true wish might be.
Yeah, and it might not be any.
Yeah. It might just be that on an unconscious level, for example, a lion knows that he wouldn't be the person he is without those scars.
Mm.
Or that at this point he considers these scars part of himself, as in like this is what lion is now.
But any of the new ones that you may have suffered,
yeah.
especially the necrotic lingering ones that we got
for Kit, yeah, and Kit get like
etc.
full, yeah.
Those may go, yeah. Yeah.
Aragos is keeping all the ones Aragos suffered since he started journeying with you are still there.
Yeah, because the necrotic festering one disappeared with the bath.
Yeah, but
that's fine. He's only got one. He's got a depressed scar from the Dark Winds, I think it was, from the orcs.
But despite you purchasing that, you will notice the next morning he still has that scar.
Elana's still got her scar on her shoulder as well, yeah, where the arrow went in. The top of the shoulder.
Yeah. And here I make a perfect session for you guys to sit around the table and talk, and then like nobody talks to each other. It's like they can just go do their own stuff.
Everybody's going to do their own stuff.
No matter how hard I try to set up a tavern where nobody speaks your language.
That's fine. Comprehend languages. Alana's just going to feed Andy the occasional bit of tidbit. Oh, those two are talking about this and this. Ooh. So I'll feed you some stuff during the week.
I want to point out that even with comprehend languages, you don't understand what the plant creature is talking to Landy.
If it's a language, I understand it.
It's not language.
Okay, it's not a language. That's fine.
It's just vibes.
Vibes is a language.
Yeah. No.
Can I learn vibes?
I would say no. No.
You're just born with it. Rip. Yeah.
But otherwise, you all may do long rest.
Mm-hmm. Got to lose the dresses with the slit all the way up the thigh. Got to start dressing appropriately now as a new mum.
But also at this point, I think I'm going to call the session because anything else cannot be done in half an hour.
20 minutes, really. Yeah.
20 minutes, really, yeah. So I think at this point, do you have any final questions before we go to favorite moments?
Not from me.
I mean, he's sure that there's some places like this somewhere. He's not handing you over instruction manuals.
My guess is he doesn't get out much either. Doesn't need to. Yeah, 100%. Yep. Yeah. This is a slightly different side to him, of course. But, oh. Yeah. Seems more like his old self. Mm-hmm. Nothing else for me to add, really.
Okay, well then. Favorite moments, you guys?
Mm-hmm. We're back in Thunder Tree, apparently.
No. For some reason, I can't activate the landing.
Don't worry about it later.
Very weird. Luckily, I can go there manually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
People getting interested in moss. Yeah, that was like, okay, I did not prepare this. Great. Let me improvise the shit out of this.
Always good.
Kit's illusion. And I did enjoy Lion, like, just, oh yeah, let me not talk to all the people in the inn.
Attempt to.
Attempt to, yeah.
Yeah. Let's
Yes,
talk to plants.
yeah. Have fun speaking to plants.
Go and
yes.
learn as much about that plant and where it's from and what it's doing and how it lives as
yeah, it will
possible.
tell you and talk to you about the photosynthesis, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And teach you big words.
Yarp.
Yarp.
Rip.
Rip. Now you're stuck in a dangerous realm, knowing you're pregnant. Have fun with that.
Technically, I'm stuck in a place of positivity.
Yeah.
Which has just confirmed that as and when we may need a key to exit and return home, we may find the key.
Yeah.
So, if anything, that's comforting. Yeah. Is she now going to risk violent combat? Possibly not. Mm-hmm. Yep. Now just got to avoid being stabbed in the belly.
Or electrocuted, or hit with necromancy, or yeah.
Yep.
Or hit by spells. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting conversation, maybe. Like they went to sleep together in a room. That's going to be a conversation that Chris and I might have. Matt, did you say your favorite moment? Tavern. And you, Chris?
Food.
Yeah.
She's pregnant.
I also want to point out, this is by far my favorite tavern of all my campaigns. Since I first ran it, that became a main staple. If I'm running Forgotten Realms, the World Serpent Inn is part of it. Because it's just, and to be fair, because of it multi-dimensional exits, I can just slot it in wherever I want.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Nothing quite like seeing an old PC. Eldrath is my old PC from like 3 campaigns ago.
But I love that you and Matt went like, hold on a second.
Yep.
That was great. I actually know that was my favorite moment right then. Like Matt recognizing.
Hang on a
second. Yeah. Chris Brayden. Yeah. That's when you had your PTSD Dragonborn, turning into a dragon, Valkyrian.
Yeah.
That started off the campaign with being engaged.
Yes.
To a bronze dragon of all people as well. which she found out is a bronze dragon.
She was playing a druid that had the ability to wild shape into a baby dragon, which then
Yeah, and
slowly
basically
over
it was
time
supposed
progressively
to.
got bigger.
Yeah, it was supposed to get bigger and bigger, all the way to ancient dragon size, basically. Yeah, you can't say that I'm not like happy to allow custom ideas. You know,
Random things.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Druid, yeah.
yeah.
And I was playing a disgusting rogue mage.
That was yeah, disgusting.
It was when I got to 5th level spells,
Yeah.
because Steel Wind Strike lets you hit 5 targets and then teleport to a 6th.
Yeah, yeah.
And I combined it with greater invisibility, so I got sneak attacks. And
Oh, the first hit, yeah, because you
it
can't
was
do.
also because I was a something mage, the one that Unearthed Arcana ditched eventually.
Oh yeah, you got extra force damage
was
every
like-
2 hit. It
yeah.
was disgusting
It
amounts.
was disgustingly broken because Steel Wind Strike did like 5d10 to each target that you hit. And then
I know, it was like it amounted to
like
me
the
hating my life.
The 5 targets I hit, the one could be the boss, and I would sneak attack the boss, and the boss would die. And then the other 5 that I hit would die. Because it was just ridiculous amounts of damage.
Yeah.
You could upcast it using spell slots, so it would do an
Mind
extra
you, that
2d10
campaign
damage.
was freaking lethal. It had
Yeah,
like
it was.
really
I mean,
serious, dangerous stuff going
We
on.
sneezed and there were hags.
Well, no, not just hags. It was blood hags that rip your face off and adds it to her collection.
And almost killed one of their PCs, like outright.
And did actually rip his face off.
Yeah.
And then and then
Didn't
literally
rip my face off,
and
ripped off
no,
one of the
like
others.
they arrived in my world and got immediately attacked, well, by freezing temperatures, and then Manticore, and yeah, and then got attacked by werewolves in the forest, and then ended up in the blood hag's lair, and then got to the town, and then the town had a false hydra in it.
Yeah, and then we also fought the Prophet.
Oh yeah,
Do you remember that?
Oh,
Do you remember that, Matt?
The Prophet.
Where
Remember the Sidarius walking up to him? I will apprehend you, and everyone going.
It wasn't Desiderius. It was Alavar and the monk.
Yeah, who drew attention to it from Desiderius.
This was a blood prophet of whatever, I forget what it was, but its first action was to let out a sound that obliterated.
It is from the Tome of Beasts. It's like 2 creatures that basically came together. The blood prophet can actually create blood hags.
Mm.
It's actually a demon, a devil, or like it's a demon. Yeah, it's a giant, but it's a demonic entity, and basically he looks like a human until you pop him. And then he turns into his full form. And when he turns into his full form, he has a necrotic burst of 100 feet for disgusting amount of damage, which means every commoner in a 100-foot radius just died.
Yeah.
And they were in the middle of that city during a market day.
And I was like, do not antagonize or piss him off here. We need to get the area clear first.
And they were like, no. Let's,
I'm going to go
beeline for him.
And it was like, okay, like thankfully I was 120 feet away or something. Yeah. So when it went off, it was like kabloom, 100
I did not expect him to do that, but it did, which is fun.
Died.
Yeah, just death.
Yeah, there was just like 200-300 commoners within that radius, just instantly
families, elderly, dead. Like
just dead. Like, good job, paladin. Good job, monk. You did well there. Yeah. And I think I spent a lot of that. No, I think I got hit by that because I got really badly wounded by it, and I think I hasted.
No, it summoned a bunch of hags around it.
I remember hiding and hasting so that it wouldn't drop
Yeah,
concentration.
because he was there with the maidens, so some of them were already turning into so yeah, it was fun,
was a
fun,
ridiculous fight.
very
The false
fun.
Hydra was fun too.
Yeah, the kitty cat also not mad, but the other player went also full stupid there because they actually managed to figure out like they were in a silence bubble.
Mm.
And that was like the only way to interrupt the effect, or you would like literally forget the thing existed. And the cat was like, I'm gonna rush at it.
Outside the
sound bubble. So it basically, he made it up there and then immediately forgot it's there and just sat there and was like, hey guys, it's a really nice view from up here. What's up?
And it's like, yes, you dumbass. Good job.
Good job.
Again,
yeah.
Like the thing that was like funny and ironic was that the entire campaign was about him racing up to things
because he like Matt had stupid mobility, but kept also forgetting that like if you're that far ahead of the party, you might get into trouble.
Yeah. So running speed's good, but only when your whole party has the same running speed.
And to be fair, he played like he gestalted Mystic and Monk. So he was actually really difficult to kill, but and we kind of didn't play out the campaign all the way, but it started drawing attention from certain entities who go like, oh, this thing can't die. Oh, that's interesting to experiment on.
Yeah.
Because there's other ways people can hurt you.
Yeah, you leg it. We'll catch you guys in 2 weeks.
Till next time. In 2 weeks. Yay! Bye.
Bye.